Group E is going to be tomorrow. So tomorrow we're going to be covering Group E. And next week will be the playoffs. We'll get there. So now spawning in the top right-hand corner of Frostline, we have our South Korean Zerg player, our Red Zerg, the only Zerg player in the group. Let's go. We'll see how far you can go. Representing Team Falcons, it is Solar. He's on that redemption arc, and spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the South Korean Protoss player, the blue Protoss. It is herO. Go. And you know what time it is. If you're in the chat, it is Gamma time. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat as we jump into our PvZ. Let's go. Let us go. So we are going to be settling in. So far, say that opener, Hatch Gas Pool. When it comes to Zaun's play, if you've been watching over the past 2 weeks, you'd recognize what I'm about to say. But Solar, I think I said Zaun. When it comes to Solar's play, Solar, he has been hyper aggressive in this matchup. We've been casting a lot of Solar over the past 2 weeks against everyone, against MaxPax, against herO, against Classic, against all things Protoss. And Solar, he has done almost exclusively all-ins, just almost exclusive all-ins out of Solar. Different kinds of all-ins, whether it's German taxis, whether it's Ling Queen walks across the map, Roach Ravager Queen walks across the map, 3-base Ling Hydra all-ins, 3-base Roach Hydra all-ins. Like, there's just been a lot of 2-base all-ins and 3-base all-ins out of Solar, almost purely that, and we haven't really seen much standard macro play out of Solar in this match. I'm not saying we're never going to see that, but that's typically the tendencies here of Solar and how he's been finding success as well. I should emphasize that he's been purely cheesing and he's been winning with that cheese. Coming into Frostline, it's going to be a mixed bag. Frostline is one of the larger maps in the map pool. That is true. At the same time, the third bases are very exposed. So I do see a 3-base all-in working here on Frostline. I would imagine that Solar is going to lean towards that. So I wouldn't be surprised if Solo goes Lair first. If he goes Lair first into Hydra Den, skips the Roach Warren, and goes pure Ling Hydra. But we'll keep an eye on him. We'll see if he throws down a Roach Warren or an Evo Chamber. Basically, to get a read on what Solo's up to, we're going to be waiting for the first tech, either Lair first, Roach Warren first, or Evo Chamber first. Each one leads down a different kind of tech path. Each one takes us down a different road. So that's what we're looking for here from Solar. Meanwhile, herO just chilling, just going for a standard opener. It's going to be Stargate into Oracle. We don't really expect herO to deviate too much. herO is aggressive as well, that is true, but herO typically does play more standard than anything. Can be hyper aggressive with his units and can be very successful with his control, of course. He has arguably the best control out there when it comes to Protoss players, but not necessarily too cheesy. Not necessarily. From here we are droning up. herO, Stargate opener into a third base. Lings are spotted, and they do distract the Oracle. Not bad. Expansion is going to be taken. herO taking his third base. And Solar, he's making a decent amount of Lings here. He's got 6 Lings on the way. The goal, I imagine, would be to defend against the initial Adept harass. And we have the standard follow-up. Twilight Council and a Forge, a +1, and a Blink on the way. Ooh, meanwhile, we spoke about the tech of choice here. It's going to be an Evo Chamber. Okay. Now, I did say Evo Chamber, but I was just saying that to say that. Over the past 2 weeks, I don't think I've seen Solar ever go for an Evo Chamber first until now. At least, again, in the past 2 weeks, like in very recent time, in very recent games. So I'm excited. Now, what does this mean? This means +1 melee. This typically means +1 melee to go into Ling Hydra. We'll keep an eye on Solar if he goes for range, but yeah, melee. So it is going to be +1 melee. Again, this is the first sign of a macro game from Solar. The Oracle does spot the Evo Chamber. herO is aware. Ooh, meanwhile, as herO scouts the +1 melee, good call, is going for a charge. So +1 in charge on the horizon here. Basically, herO, he confirmed no roaches. Seeing the Eva Chamber confirms no roaches from his opponent, and without roaches, going for Charge or Archon can actually do an insane amount of damage here, just because Solar most likely will be skipping his Baneliness and going purely Hydra. I say that, thankfully, safety Baneliness. So he's going for the safety Baneliness. He is playing safe, he's not cutting too many corners. We're getting to a back and forth. herO is going to be the aggressor. Again, not blink, charge instead, so he's going for a charge timing. Not an all-in, but a timing nonetheless is going to be the aggressor. And we'll see if Solar can keep up. Solar for now, droning, saturating, taking his gases. His lair is almost done. Again, the lair should be for a Hydra Den. And from there, that can lead into a further tech choice into lurkers as well. Ooh, safety Roach Horn out of Solar. So once again, I mentioned before that Solar, he's not cutting corners, he's doing anything but. He gets a safety Baneling Nest and a safety Roach Horn as well. Usually you go for one, not the other. Here we have both. And I would assume that Solar, he scouted, yeah. So Solar, he dipped in and he saw the Zealots. You will not see Zealots at this stage of the game unless it's charge. And yeah, he just confirms everything. He confirms everything. That's why he threw down the Roach Warren. Again, Banelings are necessary, so are Roaches. Like, even against this, just pure Ling Bane can be quite difficult to work with because of the Archons, so Roaches are required to defend. So if I have good scouting by Solar, good reactions, herO moves out, Solar is fully aware, he's getting ready for the push. But again, knowing is half the battle. We still have the other half to be worried about. Oracle does 9 mining time. Oh, the Oracle is going to be thrown away. Bit of miscontrol there by herO. Runs into the Queens. Here come the Banelings. Ooh, and he does a move in, and the Banelings, they crash on forward. A very, very good fight here for Solar. Shuts down the Zealots. Moves in, getting on top of the rest of the army. And herO will lose everything. He will lose everything again. He took the Banelings to the face, Pappy. Oh my god. Just ran right in. He ran into the Banelings, and with that Solar, he is going to snowball out of control. Suddenly, the turns have tabled, and suddenly herO, he is very vulnerable back at home. What is Solar waiting for? Solar, he's waiting for Roach Speed. He's waiting for Roach Speed. Solar knows he took a better fight. And once Roach Speed finishes, Solar can just counterattack. Speaking of, here he comes. With everything, including the Queens. Everything's being sent across the map. Solar, he basically turns into an all-in. Turns this into a 3-base all-in, Lings, Roach, Ravagers, and Queens. Banelings as well, just sending everything he can. He will lose drones across the map, but he doesn't care. He doesn't care about his drones, doesn't care about his workers. What he cares about is ending herO. And there's not going to be an easy hold here. Now, there are some stasis traps, true. Storm is not done. If Storm were done, we could get a Storm on the Banelings, but Storm still needs a couple more seconds. Banelings rolling in. herO trying to hold on and set some of the stasis. Stasis goes off. Nice connection. There's that recall. Oof. Recalls one Archon back home. Queens are waddling in. Nice storms here on the Roaches. Get some decent storms here on the Ravagers as well. Stasis is about to run out. herO, he's defending well initially here, but there's just still so much left over. Banelings, they crash in. Roach Ravager getting on top of these Immortals. We have flanking reinforcements though. We're getting on top of the Roach Ravager. And the Roach Ravager's it's just crumbling. herO, he's holding no shot. GG gets called. herO, he survives the all-in. And herO takes game number 1. Whew, GG. GG, well played. I do not fault Solar for going for the all-in. I think that was the right call. Remember, Solar, he was ahead. He completely shut down the opener. He completely shut down the aggression. So I do think that was the correct call for Solar. But the stasis traps. The stasis traps, they bought so much time. Specifically, it bought enough time for the storms. Storm was still not yet done, but alas, Solar, he was delayed. Storm finished. We had some amazing storms on the Roach Ravager, and with that, with the flank as well, herO, he barely did hold on, barely did defend, and that was game. That was game. Remember, Solar, he was completely all in there. It was either kill herO or die trying, and he died trying. Did die trying in the end. GG, well played. Now we're getting into our next game. We're loading into Ultra Love. Whew. Oh boy. And that was intense. That was intense. That was a back and forth. Again, Solar, he was ahead. Solar was in a better position. But the defensive line there from herO was just a little bit too much to handle. Again, the stasis traps, the arc as well, the storms, more importantly. The storms. And now we're getting into game number 2. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Ultra Love, we have the blue Zerg player. We have the blue Zerg representing Team Falcons. It is Solar. And again, the pressure is on. He has to fight back here now to force the ace match. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the blue Protoss player from South Korea, leading the series 1-0. It is herO. Now, I like how last game I was getting excited because of the Evo Chamber. I was like, plus a melee? Macro? But no, like the initial opener was set up for a longer macro game, but because of what happened in the game itself, because of the timing attack of herO, Solar, he did have to respond with an all-in instead. So we still have yet to see Solar in a macro game in like a couple of weeks. So it's just been pure all-ins, and that continues to be the case. And I would say coming into Ultra Love, there's a higher chance that we see an all-in out of Solar here, even more so than Frostline. Welcome on all to Ultra Love. Ultra Love is a very small map, very short rush distance by ground, so aggression can be favored. I say it can be favored. There are some defensive features to make up for that, specifically the towers. You can knock down the towers, you can fully wall this area off. Likewise, we have a choke point here at the third base as well, so these bases are relatively defendable, but you can still push in between the bases and try to make your way towards the natural. So there are still ways to try to be aggressive and try to assert yourself here aggressively. We'll see what Solar goes for. And you could also argue that's part of the reason why Solar's all-in did fail as well, is that he wasn't set up for an all-in initially. It was more of a reactive all-in than one that was planned ahead of time. Because of that, upgrades like plus on melee wasn't really a factor, and did mean that there were less roaches to work with. Now we are getting into that second game, and we should just be seeing a standard opener, like Stargate into a third base. We did see that herO did play Charge last time, but if you remember, I'm pretty sure he went Charge as a response to scouting the Evo Chamber. So if we don't see an Evo Chamber, we shouldn't see Charge out of herO. We'll see. We shall see. So we have that Stargate, most likely into Oracle into that third. Solar back at home, droning, getting his own third expansion. Adept does threaten the shade, but alas, so far Solar is keeping up. No damage yet. herO is being active outside of the bases. There's that Oracle that we did mention. I mean, we could have seen herO go for a Void Ray opener. That is not uncommon, but just went for the Oracle instead. Just playing standard. And now we can ease our way in. Just like the last game, we're looking for the tech of Solar. We'll see if he does open Evo Chamber, Bailey Nest, Roach Warren, or Lair. I mean, we shouldn't see a Bailey Nest opener. That'd be crazy. That'd be insane. But regardless, keeping an eye on Solar. herO likewise setting up his third base. Is in position to defend. And is now moving out. As he moves out, Ducklings, they do attempt to move in. They do try to catch a transferring worker, but they do not do so. Yeah, the probe gets saved. This is an earlier Twilight Council out of herO. Very early Twilight Council. Now, if this was any other player, I would say Glaives. I would say 100% Glaive Adepts here from the Protoss. Because it's herO, he is fond of going into early Blink. But we have confirmation no Forge. So no Forge, this is either early Blink or early Glaives. Glaives is going to be more aggressive and more committed. Early Blink actually is a little bit more diverse and can be used to defend against 2-base all-ins. And also to be assertive, of course. So we have options. Oracles, they dip in, they get a handful of drones. So far, there's going to be 7 workers going down. The Oracles, they escape, they get away. And with the answer, it is going to be Blink. So it is going to be early Blink here out of herO, early Gateways, late Forge. So the downside is in a longer game, herO's upgrades are going to be falling behind. But here in the early game, he will have early Blink Stalkers as a timing, and he can try to break Solar if Soul's being too greedy. When it comes to Solar's take of choice, early Roach Warren. He's going for the Roach Warren and going for the Lair as well. He is going into a heavy Roach-based composition. And very often when Solar does go for the Roach, does go for Roaches like this could turn into a Roach Queen all-in. That's for a Roach Queen walk across the map, or Solar could go Roach into Hydra into a Roach Hydra all-in off of a 3-base economy with a 4th base just for Larva. So Solar, he does have 2 very aggressive follow-ups here that he has available to him. Remember, he has no Evo Chamber, he has no upgrades. He is getting that 4th base, at least for Larva. I say no Evo Chamber, it's on the way. Okay, this is the first sign of a longer game. Evo Chamber does typically signify, you know, later upgrade timings and a later game state. That is what we look for. Meanwhile, Blink is almost done. And you can see herO being so assertive and so aggressive because he has Blink finishing faster than normal. Blink is done in 10 seconds. Does move in. Roach is not quite ready. Queens are under fire. 1 Oracle goes down. Nice pickup. herO does overextend. Nice Blink control. Yeah, Stasis goes off on the Lings. There's not that many Roaches, but they're building up over time. And Solar, he should be okay. He should be okay here. I say that reinforcements have arrived. Never mind, Solar is being overwhelmed. Yeah, herO proxy pylon. He's committing. He's committing here. He wants to end the game here and now. He will. We have 8 more Roaches on the way. Oh my god, herO setting up shield batteries. He's crazy. He's just going for a 3-base all-in. So 3-base all-in out of herO. We are focusing so much on the potential Solar all-in, but no, herO, he goes up to 7 gates. The 7th gateway is proxied. And herO, he's looking to end the game here and now. And this is something that you can do off of an early Blink timing. Is to go for the all-in. Solar is just trying to hold on. He's getting into +1. Does avoid the pile. And Solar just can't keep up. He just cannot sustain these losses. He's just losing too much too quickly. Another stasis goes off, catching out 2 of those Roaches. Spore does reposition. Nicely done. Zoning away that Oracle. Oracle is zoned away. Proxy is now done. And again, you can just see how close the Proxy is to Solar bases. Like, he just can't hold on. It's just too much. It's just far too much here. Too much aggression. The boys are being pulled. Shield battery coming into play, keeping the Stalkers alive. Some of the biles do connect. Solar, he's trying to muster up an army. He's building up his Roaches over time. Is building up. Yeah, herO having a hard time with that Spore, but alas, he dives on the Ravagers once again. There's 1 Ravager left. Biles not quite connecting. Another Ravager morphing in. Solar taking a load of losses. Bearing in mind, Solar, he has a worse economy. He has less reinforcements. We have more shield. herO, he just wants to end Solar here and now, and he will. Goes for another dive. Takes down another Ravager. Did I say another? Takes down every Ravager. And that's going to be too much. It's going to be far too much here. Stasis goes up. Sorry, herO still reinforcing. Solar barely and so I'll say complicate things a lot here. They do such a great job tanking, just tanking those Roach shots. Allowing for even more DPS here from these Stalkers. So let's try that too. Bit of a miss rally here out of herO. No Blink control, bleeds out 3 Stalkers. Okay. herO running out of steam a little bit here. How many peels off? Yeah, peels off a couple of Zelts, hits the 4th base, denies mining time. Solar, can he hold on? It's getting close. Maybe he would have been able to overwhelm this. It's still get abandoned. Every queen goes down. Ay, ay, ay. Solar, torn apart, surrounded. Zelts, again, they trade so well against these Roaches. They tank so many shots. They get on top of the Roaches themselves. Likewise, Mineral Line is exposed. For a moment there, it looked like that maybe Solar could hold on, but nah, not like this. Not anymore. He barely was broken. It was impressive. It was impressive how long Solo was able to hold on there, how long he was able to stem the tide. But GG gets called, and herO, he pops off. And herO will take the series. GG. GG, well played. GG, well played. Congratulations, herO. He will claim the series. We'll advance on into the winners match, and we are going to be getting ready for that winners match. We're heading on over to the NA server here to feature our next pairing, to feature Max and herO. Let's go. It lags a little. Ooh, if the stream is stuttering a little bit, I will. I guess I will restart the stream. It's not going to be ideal because we will lose everyone, but yeah, we'll restart the stream. Unfortunately, I'm connected to the wrong server, so most likely this is going to split the YouTube VOD in half. So do apologize. Do need a moment here. So as we get into the winners match, we are going to be going on a short break. The stream is going to go down. Shout out to those that do stick around here as we get ready for herO versus Max. See you soon. See you soon.